Alright, so today we're going to review and talk about polynomials. So we've probably dealt with this, you must have dealt with it, and that's probably the entire course of grade 10 is about. If you did not know, and if you don't know how to do any of this, I'm going to pay a visit to your teacher personally. Alright, so we're going to talk about adding, subtracting, dividing, expanding, simplifying, multiplying polynomials. So this class is all about polynomials. We're going to do a bunch of things to polynomials. So if you remember, in add mark, and addition, we're actually not doing anything. So instead of actually writing something, we're just literally going to add 4x squared minus 7x minus 5 plus 2x squared minus x plus 3. There's nothing we can do here except for adding and collecting these terms. So when you collect these terms, we look for the same degree. So for x squared, 4x squared cannot minus an x. It has to plus this 2x squared. So essentially we're going to have 6x squared. And then minus 7x, these two belong to the same group. So minus 7x is going to minus another x. That's going to give you minus 8x. And then minus 5 and minus 3, this is another group. Minus 5 plus 3, that's going to be minus 2. So over here, you have your simplified equation of 6x squared minus 8x minus 2. That is adding them. And step 2, we're subtracting. Now, if you do not remember, a negative, any number times a negative is going to be a positive. And negative subtracted, so basically if you have 5 minus negative 3, that's actually going to be 5. So let's say we have x minus negative y. That's actually going to go ahead and equal to x plus y, because these negative are going to cancel out and become a positive. So that is some simple things that we need to keep in mind first before we actually do this. You're supposed to learn arithmetic in grade 9. However, some of us might have failed grade 9 to get here. So that's that's okay. That's okay. I don't know how that happened, but it's okay. So so for negatives, we actually have to change a couple marks, and that is not the funnest for most people because some people tend to ignore this step. So let's just get straight to it. We'll have 4s squared plus 5st minus 7t squared. Now what happens here, we're going to have minus 6s squared, and then we minus 3s2 because there's only one plus. And now we have to turn it to a positive, so plus 2t squared. Now let's collect the terms as, so negative 2s squared st minus 3st, so plus 2st minus 7 plus 2, negative 5t squared. And over here we have our answer of negative 2s squared plus 2st minus 5t squared. So I just want people to keep in mind that even though you're learning functions, don't forget your arithmetic, because that is very important. And then we have multiplying by a monomial. So a monomial is a term that carries one variable, which is 3a, 3x, x, whatever. And I just want to let you guys know this is multiplying by a monomial. So what happens when we multiply by a monomial? We have to multiply this to every single term in the bracket. So we will have 3a times 2a squared. And we reviewed this on the first class. This is going to give you 6a to the third power minus 12a squared and minus 15a. So this is going to go ahead and give you this equation, and if we want to go back, we can factor the 3a out, and that's factoring. You should also know that, but we're going to talk about that later. Now, these steps can all happen at the same time, and I mean most of the time that's what happens. So when you have this, you will have 6x squared minus 10x, and then you have minus 4x squared plus 28 plus 3x squared minus 3x. And now you collect all the term and be like, oh, that's negative 2, 5x squared. And then you do negative n, negative 13x plus 28. So that's usually what happens on a major quiz or test or something like that. Usually you're going to get this type of question. They want you to expand, simplify, and all that. But again, it's not a hard thing to do. Now, what happens when you have more than one bracket? So I keep on telling this to everyone. When you have more than one bracket, do not panic. We'll go from the most inside to outside. So we have two brackets here. So we're going to do the inside, which is the 2x plus 3 first. So that's going to give us 6x plus 9. And then the right side is going to give us negative 2x plus 2. So we do this first, and then we do 2. And then we do simplify the inside. That's going to give you 4x plus 11. And then this is just easy stuff. That will be 8x plus 22. So whenever you see more than one bracket, or you see a bunch of random brackets sitting all together, I mean, usually when you get up a little higher, you're going to see a bunch of brackets. Don't panic. We'll go from the inside and we'll slowly go outside step by step. And guys, really, it's nothing. And then now we talk about FOIL. I really hate talking about FOIL, but that's what happens. It's like the reverse FOIL and all that. This is like we're distributing distributive property. So if you learned like the way that they taught it, I believe it's FOIL. It was first, outside, inside, and last. That way works, but however, when you have multiple terms, it kind of fails. So we're gonna just call it distributive property. It's that 2x is gonna multiply by this term, and 3 is gonna multiply by this 4x and 5x. So essentially, let's just watch it play out. So 2x times 4x, that's gonna give us 8x squared, and then 2x times negative 5, that's gonna give us negative 10x, and then plus 3, that's 3 and 4x, that's going to give us 12x, and then minus 15. So overall, we can simplify a term, and that's what usually happens. So and then we're going to have plus 2x minus 15. And then to go back, we do factoring, and this is the distributive property. Remember, first, last, inside, outside. That is the entire FOIL thing. And is that it? Is that it? Yep. Okay, so that is all the kind of examples that we have. And I just wanted to quickly go ahead through the textbook with you because there are some interesting things that I wanted to share on the textbook. Oh, okay, so this is the next class. So I want you to go ahead and do all of these practices on page 33 and 34. So these practices will help you. Remember, always do them, never lack on the homework, and you're set for success.